어때? 40살 되니까?
똑같은 것 같아.
똑같은 거 같아?
솔직하게 네가 한
응.
30살 때 그때가 제일 좀 겁이 좀 나고 좀 많이 생각한 것
근데
같았어.
사람마다 틀리네.
어,
난 꼬리. 꼬리 때
어,
난 무서웠어.
어.
그래.
Hey, what is going on, y'all? It is Tuesday, November 14th, just about 10:53 a.m. And for today's episode, I thought I'd make some announcements as well as share some insights on what you can expect from me over the next few days or even weeks, actually. But before I begin, quick shout out to Nona over at Hair Osh. Thank you for subscribing. And it turns out she actually cut Harry's hair twice when he came to New York. I don't know if anybody's watching knows who Harry is, but if you don't, be sure to check out my second episode. I'm going to try to add one of those YouTube links and one of these corners on the top of the screen, but I'll also add the link in the description below. He and his mother were the first North Koreans I ever met, and I definitely think once I'm comfortable enough, I'll share some details on why meeting them was so impactful. But anyways, sharing that because when I shared with Nona about my YouTube channel, she immediately recognized Harry and was surprised to find out he was North Korean. Crazy, right? Like, city of 9 million people, and Koreans seem to just always be connected one way or another. Comment below, by the way, if you're Korean, if you've ever been to Hair Osh, or even if you are, from Hair Osh. I wanted to create the intro as well, just to see if maybe the owner of Hair Osh and I could potentially work something out. I was talking to Nona, and she said she'll try to speak to the owner and see if maybe I'll be able to feature them in a proper video one day. Maybe even one as dedicated as the New York Chronicles stuff that I'm working on, which I'm still working on, by the way. A small update on the Baker's Dozen, the actual film itself. I just, as I was going through some of the footage, I realized I need more footage of interviewing some of the customers. So, gonna kind of figure out a plan this week to try to arrange or just figure out who I can try to catch during what times. So, yeah, that's coming along as well. Which brings me to some of the other announcements I wanted to make. First, I plan to take some time to put together a few videos, including a formalized one describing the type of content that you, the viewer, um, can expect from me. 3 weeks in, I feel like I've got a flexible structure and style somewhat down. So, moving forward, in order to improve my intentionality, I may not be uploading daily. It doesn't mean I won't stop trying. At the very least, I know the next few days there's a risk it won't happen since I plan to be spending some time with a special guest through the end of the week who happens to be coming in tomorrow. But I also have more than honestly a ridiculous amount of footage at this point to just play around with. Plus, I plan to re upload some earlier videos I've uploaded now that I've added a few more techniques to my skill set. So, yeah, we'll see. I shot a lot of footage at the experimental art in Korea exhibit when we went to Guggenheim, and I'm having at the moment a hard time figuring out the best video format to share everything I've captured. Was thinking like a music video, but I feel like that might be a little bit boring. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, the point is my priority will be really focused on creating intentional videos. So fighting. Second announcement is that with all of the footage I have, file management has been a pain. I will definitely be doing a dedicated video showcasing how I manage my files and see if anyone else out there might provide some links or advice to how I can optimize that. That being said, I've got about 10 terabytes on my custom built PC, and since I've been using Final Cut, I've been having to transfer files back and forth using my SSD drive, one of these. Uh, and yeah, let me know in the comments below if there might be a more ideal or seamless way I could do this. I do have some networking experience, and I feel like I have some networking guys in my network as well, like in my social network. So if you guys are watching this, hit me up. Like I said, I have some networking experience from before. I remember setting up intranet servers back in college in like 2001, 2002 days during like CS 1.5. Tell me if anybody knows what I'm talking about when I say CS 1.5. But that was, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago now. Um, and one of the footage actually that I found was from Bigfoot Regional Poetry Slam, which I'm showing right here, from earlier this year when I went to visit Seattle and Portland. I haven't scrubbed through all of the footage. And I plan to make an announcement video with a trailer, definitely looking to execute it in the same manner as the poetry events I featured so far, such as New Eurekan Poets Cafe, the last Friday night releases, Remedies for Disappearing, the Lexa Patrick event, as well as the Super Duper Fresh event. So hoping it'll create some engagement, but I also need to draft up some release forms as well as set some expectations, because there's no way I'm going to be able to track everybody down, and I really do not want to be bothered by a bunch of individuals asking for their clips. So yeah, just still planning this all out, but gonna formalize a video and announce it soon. And then finally, I thought I'd share an insight that I've been thinking about lately now that I'm 3 weeks in and officially over 100 subscribers. So thank you to those who have subscribed. But one of the challenges that I've sort of been thinking about lately uh, really is just around balancing time management. Or sorry, not just balancing time management, but balancing execution as well. What I mean by that specifically is figuring out the right balance between quantity and quality, which is, I think, why I'm making these announcements. But I think that's why YouTube has always also felt so appealing to me. There's a lot of YouTubers out there where if you just click on some of their oldest videos, you can see where they started out and not just learn from their mistakes, but I feel like it also makes it feel okay to make your own, you know? Everyone is different. Everyone has different perspectives as well. What one might consider a big mistake, another might not even consider a mistake at all. But yeah, just something that I've been kind of thinking about and thinking about the challenges of that. And so that's why I wanted to kind of make those announcements today and talk about more specifically prioritize intentionality first, whether that means quality, whether that means quantity, we'll see. Hopefully it's going to be figuring out what the right balance is for me as I continue this venture. So yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for listening and watching. Please check out my other videos if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram. I posted a little weekly update this morning that I got from YouTube. So be sure to follow me there and say hello. Thank you again to those of you that have subscribed. I hope you have a chance to share my other videos or my videos with others as well. 여러분들, 저 이름이 홍광표입니다. And until next time, peace, y'all.
to Marvel Comics. I've always been confused about your flagship character, Captain America. As the most militarized nation in the history of the world, I don't understand how our mascot's primary weapon is a shield. I feel like he would be more authentic if he walked around with a nuclear missile stuffed into his tighty whities, or if he stalked around waterboarding terrorists with Diet Coke, or if he toted a bag full of Big Macs to clog the arteries of his enemies. And if the next Avengers movie is a prequel, and we travel back to 1892 with what they call Christopher Columbus Captain America,